Right now on Jamaica News Page tonight, we're following several developments.
Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, you have letter for another specialist. And whom you talk to, this letter is the third one.
Worship turns to horror in Montego Bay. A woman gunned down at a church entrance during a fasting service. Panic inside as some worshippers seek cover. We're tracking the latest. Also tonight, new details on the bitter feud that ends in the tragic death of a Seaforth High student.
There was an altercation, they fought already in the school and then go back again. And like yesterday the boy come for him and he make him friend box up one of my friend them. So him go bought a knife. Would I purchase a knife to and stab him too? Of course would I stab him.
Tonight, his family pointing to a conflict that dates back to primary school. Our in-depth reporting on what led up to the deadly incident. Plus, there's good news tonight. Students at Harrison Memorial High School are sharing an inspiring song tonight. Stick around to hear more. Welcome back to Jamaica News Page tonight, news that keeps you connected to what's happening across Jamaica, and we're powered by viewers just like you. Please click subscribe and tap the notification bell to stay connected. Thank you for joining us, Maureen. Jamaica News Page tonight starts right now. We begin tonight with developing news in eastern Portland, where two men were shot and killed during an alleged confrontation with police in the Sherwood Forest district early Wednesday morning. Up to news time, the identities of the deceased have not yet been confirmed. According to police reports, the incident occurred about 5:15 when officers carried out a targeted raid at a man's house who is currently on bail for kidnapping and robbery. Police say their intelligence suggested that other men staying at the location were linked to the January murder of a man in the Sansan police area. According to the report, upon entering a section of the house, one of two armed men allegedly opened fire at the police, while the other pointed a weapon in their direction. The police say they took evasive action and returned fire. The two men were later found suffering from gunshot wounds and were rushed to hospital, where they were pronounced dead. Two firearms are recovered at the scene, including a silver and black Taurus G3 pistol with a magazine containing 3 rounds of 9mm ammunition and another silver and black Taurus pistol with 1 round in the chamber and no visible serial number. The Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom is now investigating the incident. Meanwhile, data from Indicom shows that more than 100 people have been killed in alleged confrontations with security forces since the start of the year, raising serious concerns over fatal police shootings across the island. Now to Montego Bay, St. James, where church fasting service turned to horror on Wednesday afternoon when a woman was gunned down at the entrance of the church.
Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, you have letter for another specialist. And whom you talk to, this letter is the third one.
The victim has been identified as 38-year-old Cora Thompson, a member of the New Testament Church of God on Water Lane, where she worshipped and served as part of the choir.
Aaron Samuels, Senior Superintendent of Police, Commanding Officer for the St. James Division.
What happened yesterday, sir?
At about sometime around 2 p.m. this afternoon, whilst there was a service ongoing at the Montego Bay United Church located here along Water Lane. A lone gunman, masked gunman, attacked a lady who was selling books in the churchyard. This lady was subsequently rushed to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. It is really an unfortunate incident and really an attack against, I would say, the city of Montego Bay. We are very hurt and upset about it, and we will not spare any effort to find who the killers are.
The tragedy is further deepened by personal loss within Thompson's family. She had been mourning the recent death of her spouse, who passed away just 1 month ago and is scheduled to be buried this Sunday at the same church.
The church, though mourning, is a movement that keeps on fighting. It's a spiritual warfare, and we'll have to encourage each other. We will have to pray for each other. This is not a personal thing. It is a collective experience as a church.
Wednesday's killing marks the second fatal shooting of a woman at a church in western Jamaica. In 2021, Andrea Lou Garwood was shot and killed during a church service in Falmouth, Trelawney. The latest incident has once again raised concerns about safety in places of worship traditionally regarded as sanctuaries, as police continue their investigation into the motive behind the attack. And now to an update on the bitter feud that ended in tragedy in St. Thomas on Monday. A 13-year-old boy is dead, and a long-running dispute fueled by rumors and bullying is now at the center of a growing investigation in the parish. Family members say a damaging allegation about Kaland Doyle's sexuality turned him into a constant target in his community of Castle Hill in Bath. A rumor, they say, followed him into the schoolyard at Seaforth High School, ultimately setting the stage for Monday's deadly confrontation.
This is the exact spot where the altercation began on Monday between the now deceased, who was a grade 8 student, and a group of about 3 grade 9 boys. Now, vendors tell us that they broke up the fight, they parted it, and the grade 8 student was placed on a minibus, which is usually parked right here outside the school. The fight then culminated in the Montego Bay bus park.
At the bus park, the alleged attacker reportedly purchased a knife from a nearby establishment ahead of the confrontation. However, the shop owner has since denied any responsibility in the incident.
I never sell it to a scoop in it. Scalava, you know me all over. Knife, liquor, cigarette, 3 items, we are never select.
Moments later, a dispute erupted between Kaland and a group of boys, 2 from Seaforth High and another from Paul Bogle High School. During the altercation, the knife was used to inflict fatal wounds to Kaland's abdomen. He was rushed to hospital but later died while undergoing treatment. Back at Seaforth High, students reacted to the incident.
Right, me feel that way about said the 2 boys didn't kill him because he did ask my friend, but him wrong. All of them wrong.
I feel it's self-defense.
Or you feel that it was self-defense? What makes you say that?
Because there was an altercation, they fought already in the school and then go back again, and like yesterday the boy come for him and he make him friend box up one of my friend them, so him go buy a knife. Would I purchase a knife to stab him too? Of course would I stab him.
3 students are now in police custody as investigations continue. Kaland's family insists the violence did not begin on Monday, April 20. His grandfather, Nigel Hunter, says the teenager had endured years of harassment dating back to when he was just 8 years old after claims were allegedly made about his sexuality. Mr. Hunter says, "Stop bullying him and beating everywhere I'm seen, and my grandson not going to take it. I'm going to fight back. Every time the boy then see him, call him name, and now them kill him." Mr. Hunter adds, There was a time when Kaland would refuse to go on the road alone because a beer fight would happen. He would take other routes just to even go to the river and shop. There's a lot of time them gang him and beat him. I'm really feel it for him because them bully him to his death. Meanwhile, Kalen's grandmother, Peaches Sutherland, says the teen often found himself in trouble not because he started conflicts, but because he was reacting to repeated provocation. She admits the school had called home about his behavior in the past, but insists those incidents stemmed from ongoing disputes with other students. She says, the school would call yes, but that only happened when them trouble him and him retaliate. She also recalled a troubling incident just last month. Kaland, she says, was attacked and beaten, suffering a neck injury that required hospital treatment. Family members say the constant taunting created a volatile situation that continued to escalate over time. Meanwhile, the father of the alleged attacker says his son called him earlier that day, claiming he had been attacked by Kaland. He says he instructed his son to come home so they could report the matter to the police. But instead, the 14-year-old reportedly traveled to Montego Bay where the knife was purchased. The alleged attacker's mother says the outcome is heartbreaking, especially given her past relationship with Kaland's family. She says, it's not little talk me talk to them, and even the boy we're dead is a little youth, but me love bad. This is not what I envisioned for any of them. Nobody win in this situation. She adds that she had warned her son not to escalate the situation. She says, me tell him say all him need to do was come home like him father say, and him shouldn't go buy any knife. Him say, mommy, me buy the knife, but I know me cut him. Me don't know how him get the cut. Me never know him died when he got the cut. Meanwhile, the alleged attacker's father admits to the ongoing feud dating back to primary school and says the allegation may have been at the root of the conflict. He also acknowledged sharing the allegation with a few people, but says it spread beyond his control. He says, I say to a one or two person, but you know that person here, so I'm going to tell a next man. He maintains that his son was often provoked, even as he admitted insults were sometimes exchanged. The father says, enough time I beat up my son, but me never press any charges because I youth them. Me try to squash this, me just want him to live loving, but it not work. Back at the Montego Bay bus park, transport operators and vendors say indiscipline among students has been spiraling out of control.
Miss, a big people them. Hold on. You see from around there, sir? Around there, sir? I'll feed them place. So them fight over there, sir, and look woman over there, sir, and do all what them do, and then go gamble. That's the way the school pick them work. You understand? And the parents have nothing, then they home, the parents they need parenting too. So as long as we not have that, can't better.
No, the police can do so much. Principal come here in the morning, have to send them to school. The police come here, have to send them home, have to send them to school. Sometime here in the nights, all 7, 8 o'clock, them in the park here. Parents not taking control of their kids. And it's unfortunate to see one of our students has lost their life like that.
We out here and even apart them, sometimes we fear for ourselves because we don't know what them up to. The homes where them are come from, you can't tell. You don't know what the parents said to them regarding if no child attack them. And anyway, because sometimes they say defend yourself. Yeah, so I'm afraid of them.
Kaland's family says he dreamed of joining the Jamaica Defense Force, a goal he spoke about often. Now those dreams have been cut short, leaving behind deep grief and renewed questions about the impact of rumors, stigma, and unchecked bullying. As investigations continue, his relatives are calling for justice and hoping his death serves as a wake-up call about the dangers of persistent bullying and harmful allegations. Our condolences go out to Kaland's family, friends, and the entire school community.
We don't lose, bright like star. One by we house and one by we cast. Education, education and my elevation. Education, me say education. Read the Psalms or Revelation. Education, me say education, yo. Me no need my medication. Education, me say education, yo. Remember say God our meditation. We don't lose, bright like star. Now smoke me down when I'm by we don't lose, bright like star. One by we house and one by we car.
You've been listening to students from the Harrison Memorial High School in St. James. The message, Winner Dunn's Bright Like Star, the video courtesy of their Spanish teacher, Jazz El Hamaikino on TikTok. That's Mr. Harriet. And that's the news on Jamaica News Page tonight. Thank you for staying connected to what's happening across Jamaica. And remember, we're powered by viewers just like you. Thank you for joining us, Maureen, and also thank you for watching Jamaica News Page tonight. We'll see you in the comments, and be sure to like, share, and join us again for more news. From all of us here, good night.